Hi there, Ralph Plowman here, and today I'd like to talk to you about high-level sport anxiety, dealing with stress while also improving your game. Heart racing, sweaty palms, stomach clenching are all warning signs that you're under pressure. The problem is that when you're trying to be calm and collected on the tee or on the court or the field, your body's flooded with stress chemicals. Many sportsmen, anxiety can be debilitating to their performance and career. This video touches on how anxiety, both somatic and cognitive, impacts performance, and what powerful tools you can use to help reset your body to calm down. Sport shouldn't be stressful, but that often depends on what level you play at and what else is happening in your life. Depending on how you play, it can be a chance to get out with friends, get into nature, get some exercise, enjoy some fresh air. However, when it comes to competitive sport, the pressure can pile up. Anxiety in sport can be very normal. It doesn't mean that you should be experiencing it at high levels. Anxiety is at the other end of the spectrum to excitement, and a lot of the time it's how you perceive the experience in front of you that dictate your body's reaction to it. A lot of success in sport comes down to your mental game or mindset. Of course, you also need talent to get you to a high level, but how you think about your golf game or tennis game or any sport can influence how you perform. In many ways, it's similar to research done by Alia Crum. She looked at people's perception of stress. What her research showed was the mindset, whether you thought stress was good or bad for you, can impact the chemicals in your body and brain release. In golf and tennis and other sports, this relates to cognitive anxiety. Research has shown that the top performing sports people have relaxation practices, attention and emotional control. In other words, these top players have learned tools to help harness their body's psychological and physiological aspects. Cognitive anxiety has a huge impact on sports performance. Our beliefs, self-talk, doubt and fears all trigger our cognitive anxiety. This then has a knock-on effect to our body, triggering a stress response as we perceive we are under threat or danger. This can then cause a somatic or body reaction. As a hypnotherapist, this is what I love to work on and changing with athletes. Our body is powerful and adaptable. Most of the time we are unaware of the habits and our thoughts, our postures and body reactions until something goes wrong and we're forced to be aware of it. For athletes, if our body's somatic anxiety system keeps getting triggered, it can push the body stuck in stress mode without knowing it. It's like you're pushing a replay button on the same stress again and again. This has an influence over the stress muscles that can become tight, restrict pelvic movement, particularly in tennis and golf, and force impact through the lower limbs to the torsos and arms. The main muscular culprits are your hip flexors, glutes, and the accessory, breathing muscles around your neck and shoulders. You might be strengthening these muscles and working on them in the gym, but they're always being pre-distensioned and overactive, and this can keep the body in the alert phase and alter your breathing pattern. In tennis and golf, for example, this is vital to change. This can impact not only your performance anxiety, but can also impact and create back pain. Keeping that low-grade tension in the muscles also means the body is wanting to consume more oxygen and will keep you breathing at a faster rate. This is important as it impacts your blood chemistry. For example, if you're breathing too fast and frequently, you'll exhale too much carbon dioxide, which can stimulate an anxiety spiral. An anxiety spiral can start with a small trigger of a cognitive or semantic trigger that starts a change in breathing. So, for example, a bad line call, which over tennis that you can argue with over, just slowly gets worse and worse, and what started as a minor thing can just build up and lead to a full-blown panic attack. The decreasing carbon dioxide in the blood can trigger symptoms of feeling unwell, nausea, panic, sweaty palms, making breathe faster more frequently, pushing you down the anxiety spiral. The key is to learn how your body reacts, understand why, and then learn the tools to change that reaction so the body isn't hijacked by them. Understanding why your body is experiencing anxiety is the key. Is it an overreactive stress response that triggered with the fear of failure? Is it your breathing pattern that gets hijacked when you start to get the first sensations of anxiety and shortness of breath? Maybe you have a physiological or psychological reason for having anxiety, like low iron, or maybe your breathing pattern has been stuck on with a low carbon dioxide tolerance, triggered when you increased your breathing rate. Either way, like any barrier to performing at your best, it's about problem solving, the why behind your body reacting the way it does. I wish it was a one-size-fits-all models, but you need to understand how your own physiology triggers the behaviors that drive your body to react the way it does. So what, instead of seeing the sensations of anxiety as a bad thing, you observe how your body reacts, feels, and starts to recognize what your triggers are. You may care about how you perform. You may care about what others think about you or say. You may care because you don't like the feeling of failure. But what is important with performance anxiety is that you acknowledge that your body is reacting to being hijacked, and there are things that you can do to reset it. I mean, the reality is high-level sport will never obviously be stress-free. You know, in interviews with top athletes, you always hear about them feeling anxious before a final or a big event. You know, especially when you realize how, you know, you can use stress to improve your performance and in the moment. Mindfulness training is a great tool to help your brain be in the present moment and focus on what is commonly happening to your body. Learning to control your thoughts and emotion reduces cognitive anxiety. Your breathing pattern before you play, golf or step on a court will influence whether you experience anxiety either on and off the field. While there are a few things you can do to get your breathing pattern to help reduce anxiety, what you can do for the course or the court is also important. Getting enough sleep, eating well for your body, unfortunately reducing your alcohol content. Yeah, I know I sound like the fun police. These can make a huge difference to your nervous system and therefore how it reacts to stress. One of my bigger lessons for working time with sportsmen was if you're not happy in your home life, it will come out with, on the sports field. Our emotional state can be very hard to hide. And if we're having relationship problems or feeling low or depressed, sad or lonely, when we're experiencing these feelings, your body language, breathe, and even your attitude will transfer into your game. Talking to a therapist is important to help you work through the triggers and barriers, which can be both emotional and psychological. Making a crucial golf putt or serving at a crucial point in a tennis match can make or break a player's career. Research into putting, for example, has shown a link between high levels of perfectionism and anxiety with poor performance. Working on breathing control, muscle relaxation, and eye training, for example, can all help with reduced anxiety, while performing at a high level in crucial times in sport. A mentor of mine told me years ago that a little bit of stress is brain stretching, but what he forgot to say, and what I learned the hard way, is much stress has consequence on the mind and body. When it comes to sport, a little bit of anxiety can be okay, but what you want to aim for is a balance between excitement and awareness, which is where mindfulness are the key player in using anxiety for good on the golf course, the tennis court, or any sporting endeavour. Training your body and mind off the sports area is key to reducing anxiety on the field and getting the ideal performance into you and into your performance zone and finding success in whatever sport you do. Now, if that was interesting or you feel you're suffering from that, feel free to reach out and contact me here on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere, and it'd be great to chat. Anyway, have a good day and stay focused.